Welcome everybody, this is Timber Falls. This is a new park that I'm starting, and it's going to be a Twitch park that I'm going to kind of stream off and on as I can when I'm available. It's going to tie in with my new YouTube series called Theme Park Report as well. That is something that you guys can check out on my YouTube channel, which is Yard of Terror KY. Be sure to check that out. Those videos are kind of going to be sporadic as well, especially now that a lot of the parks are closed until about April and May. So once that rolls around, we'll be doing like a lot more on Theme Park Report. But until then, we'll be kind of going in Planet Coaster. We'll be doing some kind of off the wall, kind of like different videos about theme parks and roller coasters, etc. So if you're into that, be sure you subscribe to my Yard of Terror KY page on YouTube, and everything will be there. Alright, so let's give you kind of a little tour of Timber Falls. Like I said, this is a brand new park. I've worked on it off stream, and there's not a lot of scenery in this park. I'm kind of trying to place all my buildings and my rides and get everything kind of laid out first, and then I'm going to go in and add in my plants and statues, etc. So please excuse the dullness sort of the park. There's a few trees here and there, and then one thing that got added over the weekend, and it's amazing. We'll start with that because it's so awesome. Is a waterfall feature that was added by Beyond, which I cannot thank you enough for this. I love this waterfall. It came out so awesome. Beyond, I reached out to him and asked him if he could help me with putting in a waterfall for my park, and he delivered. Majorly delivered. This is so awesome. It's just amazing. Like it ties in so well with this area of the park, next to like the log flume and stuff like that. So thank you. I will be adding on around the kind of creek, or kind of like, it's not really a lake. It's more like kind of like a creek style kind of water feature. It kind of goes off to each side of the park. The park may or may not extend over into this area. I know Beyond, you were suggesting me put in like a restaurant and stuff like that on this kind of delta area or plateau, whichever one they are. I may do that and I may not. I don't want this park to be huge. I want this park to be kind of very small. As you can see, there's the layout of the full park. I'm not going to be adding anything over here to the right side of the screen of the park. And I will be adding, because as you noticed Beyond, I did take out the haunted house. There was a haunted house and there was a little haunted shop area right over here. And that was taken out just last night. I actually opened up the park to check out the waterfall, and I took it out. So right now, this section, which is the left section of the park, I kind of want to stick with almost like a country fair sort of feel. So that's going to be a work in progress. Let's dive in and kind of give a little tour of the park before we get started with actually building stuff. So let's turn on, I'm going to turn on my audio stuff right quick. We've got that up. I'll tell you what, let's open the park. Get some music going here. I know we shut the park down just so that so Beyond could actually build. So let's open the park back up. We're going to lower the ticket price right quick. until the park actually gets built back up. Then we'll raise the ticket price. And let's open our rides, which this beyond, once I open all these rides and stuff, you should start hearing a lot of the music coming back, so it won't be so like quiet. So, and once we start hearing the music, we'll adjust the I'll go back into the audio and adjust the volume. New headset, so I kind of turned everything down, so sorry about that. I never know like what volume to put everything, especially when I switch headsets. So alright, so that's all open. Let's see how many people. I'm going to lower this down to about 2,500. Alright. Let's see if we got any visitors. My heater just kicked on, guys. So if you start hearing like it hasn't kicked on fully, but I've noticed that this headset picks up a lot of ambient noise around me. So please excuse that. If I have to, I'll speak up a little bit louder once that comes on. It kicks on and off, as you can hear it in the little. I can hear it in my headphones, so hopefully we'll turn this volume up on the game and that'll kind of drown it out, I hope. Turn that up. That up. Alright. There we go. You can hear stuff a little better. Here comes all of our peeps, and they are ready to have some fun. Alright. So, this is kind of like the little plaza area that I built. You come into the Ferris wheel. So I wanted that to kind of be the focal point. And behind it, you'll see the roller coaster and a few flat rides to the left and to the back. So it's kind of like a focal point entrance. I wanted it to kind of be like a picturesque style entrance for everybody. So let's start off to the right. There's more stuff there to the right, so let's kind of veer off that way. Right now, when you come in to the right, you've got this little block section. Oh gosh, we don't want to go in there. We've got a block section of kind of buildings and stuff like that. A lot of the buildings that I pulled from this park so far have come off the workshop, and I have not credited the designers yet, so I'm going to do that once I start decorating. I'm going to go in and add like little dedications and stuff like that to where they actually get their credit, because these are awesome buildings. I'm not the best at building yet, so I'm gonna test the waters out a little bit in this park for myself, and you'll see that in a minute. Beyond, I actually deleted some buildings over towards the blue roller coaster, so over there I'm gonna actually build my own shops, and you'll see that in a moment. But this is kind of just like a Main Street style area. You know, the guests come in, there's french fries, hot dogs, hamburgers, you've got restrooms and coffee. But to the other side of the path, which I found these on the workshop, and they kind of remind me of some like State Fair style like little vendor buildings, and I love these. So I added these kind of to the left of the Main Street, because it's almost it reminded me almost of like food trucks or something like that. Like you would see food trucks pull into the park. So I really love the design of these, so I added them on each side of the Ferris wheel. So if you continue, which everything in this park loops around, so everything connects. So we'll go back to other areas of the park in a moment. So over here to the left, you've got the red roof building is our coffee. That's the Street Fox Coffee. Over here, you have the staff building, and you've got first aid, which all this area right here will get decorated. Anything you see that's blank and green is going to be landscaping galore. So, like I said, I still have to go in and do all the landscaping. You've got the Tri-Storm right there, which is your first ride, and the little restrooms. Then you come up on the first roller coaster, which is a boomerang. You got their boomerang coaster here. And then off in front of that, you've got the chair swings. And this section that I'm getting ready to show off to the side of the boomerang is new. This was just added recently. And you've got like a food court building right here. You've got balloons. You've got the drop tower. And this is a RMC coaster. And yes, beyond this is the coaster you were wanting to talk about. I do know this is the Wonder Woman coaster. I just thought I love these coasters. It's compact. It fit the area that I needed. I saw it on the workshop and I was like, I have to have this. So I grabbed it, recolored it, renamed it, and added some water underneath it as well. Still got to add the station and stuff like that. Beyond, I don't know if you actually kind of explored how much you explored of the park. But if you notice, next to the entrance of the coaster, that the Wonder Woman coaster style, I took out that building. To me, it stood out too much. It was too colorful. I like the style of it. And one reason why I was adding buildings left and right is because as I was building in the park, I had guests in the park and they were like, we're thirsty. Guests are thirsty. Guests are thirsty. So I just kept adding buildings so they would shut up. So I'm going to go back in and kind of build my own, like, food buildings and stuff like that in this little area. This is going to be some more like gift shops and food, and it's going to be kind of themed out to this style of building that I found on the workshop, which this is, like I said, this is a food court building. I don't know the artist right now or the creator, but I just like that style of building. This is another building I like. I've always used this Looney Balloons. So yeah, this little area is going to kind of be more of your typical theme park, you know, like generic theme park. So from the Main Street buildings off to the right is going to be, just like I said, like a generic style theme park, like traditional buildings style theme park. I just love that genre. So it almost reminds me of my home park, which is Kentucky Kingdom. I'm pulling a lot of inspiration from that park as well. And there's a coaster that is in this park that we actually have at Kentucky Kingdom. And I've kind of cloned it. I found it on the workshop. I love this coaster in real life. So I figured I would add it to my park, repaint it, rename it, of course. And the guests seem to really like this coaster. This is the most popularest coaster. I know that's not a word, but this is the most popular coaster in the park, which you're about to see in a moment. Next, we got the Log Jam, which I found this on the workshop as well. I thought this was very, like, very backwoods kind of country theme park style log flume. So yeah, I like that. Kind of gives you like a forest feel. Next to the log flume, you know, you've got another kind of food court area for people to stop and get some drinks and pizza. In front of that, you have a merry-go-round pavilion, which was found on the workshop. I may switch this up. I'm not sure. If I can find a different pavilion, I may switch it up. I may leave it. I'm not sure. But it kind of, one thing that I did do is I made sure that the Main Street building kind of wrapped around, and I added another building to this. That way it's like an extension of the wrap. Okay. Let's see. Next I'm going to show you guys is the roller coaster, and I did rename this coaster Lightning Bolt, which at Kentucky Kingdom it's Lightning Run, and I kind of try to stay with the theme, but this is Lightning Bolt, and it's a Chance XPS coaster, if I'm not mistaken. It's a hyper coaster, and it's a park model, so other parks can get this coaster. The exact same layout. When this was built, there was other parks actually visiting Kentucky Kingdom when this was open. I do remember seeing Fun Spot USA. They were there on opening day. I actually got to ride this coaster on opening day. I was on the news and everything riding this coaster. I got interviewed. It was pretty awesome. So I just love this coaster, so I added it to my park. It fits the area. You know, I like how it kind of interacts and goes towards the buildings and intertwines in between the creek and the buildings and stuff like that. And as you can see, look how popular this is already. It just opened. Like, the park just opened, and look how popular this is. So, next to that, we have the sundial, which I kind of wanted to add this in. At first, Beyond had mentioned that a lot of my stuff was kind of compact, and it was too kind of scrunched together, if you want to say. So that's one thing that I kind of went in and did off stream before I started this, was I kind of spread the park out a whole lot. Some of the rides Beyond I'm going to keep kind of close and compact to other rides, because I just that factor I like. And in real life, like at Kentucky Kingdom, some of our rides are like super close to each other. So I kind of like that feel, you know. I know it's more kind of like country fair, like here's a ride, there's a ride, there's a ride there, there's a ride there, and they're so close together. But when I do a small park, I kind of like that feel, you know. I don't want it to be so compact where it looks so cluttery and trashy, but I do like the compact feel. I added another little employee building in the mix of the lightning bolt. So there's that. As you come on down this path, this area, this little path here has been changed so much. I kept adding different style buildings. I had fairy tale style buildings there. It didn't look right. So I went with the more generic style buildings. So you got a Gulpy. You got a Hat's Fantastic right there. So that's that little area, and they can sit down and eat at the picnic tables. Here's another one of the kind of vendor booth stalls again, for Chief Beef. I just like those. They're really awesome. If you go up this little path here, I'm debating on switching out this Gulpy. I don't really like it. I'm probably going to end up taking it out and adding more of a, like I said, this area of the park is going to be more of the country fair, country style area. You know, it's not going to be like country fair, like county fair, but it might. I don't know. I've got a lot of thinking to do with this little area. These are my own buildings right here, as a matter of fact. I made some little stalls. I did do a park called Jester County Fair, and it is actually featured on YouTube. I can't remember the guy that did it. I have to pull up my YouTube and find out. But if you go to YouTube and you type in Jester County Fair, my park will show up. It wasn't the best of parks. It's kind of janky. I will say that. Some of the coasters were like, whoa, dude, like, you need some help. So that was kind of like one of my first parks that I actually did. And that Beyond was actually like, it was meant to look like all the rides are supposed to be close together because it was supposed to be a county fair. So that actually does resemble a county fair. It's got a little goofy concert area. Oh gosh, that scared me, that horn. The ride just started. But I forgot I had the game up so loud. But if you go to the little concert area, there's a little stage that I put in there and everything like that. But anyway, back to that, or off of that little blab for a minute. So yeah, over in this little area, this area has been changed so much since I started this park. I had another one of those little block style food courts, and I took it out. It just looked too cluttery. And I went in and added the Barnstormer, which this was actually found off the workshop as well. So we've got that. So I'm going to kind of go with this kind of theme of, country area, country fair style. You've got a coaster back here, the Sidewinder. This is my actual coaster that I built myself. So I did design this myself. We'll let that go through and we'll ride it in a moment. Then over here you've got, I don't know if this is the Monteleone. No, this is the Weisenhorn. So you've got the Weisenhorn here. I'm debating on taking this out and adding maybe a smaller ride that you might see at a county fair. You would see these at a county fair, but I don't know if I like how jammed, how close it is to the coaster and then the security station. I don't know if I like that. So that might get changed a little bit. Beyond, as you can tell, I did take out, like I mentioned, I took out the haunted house. I think that was one of my killers of content of why the game was taking so long to load. I didn't realize that a haunted house had 4,000 plus pieces because I found it off the workshop. I thought it looked cool, so I added it. Well, then I went in myself through each room and kind of added more items in the rooms. So I guess that just beefed up the whole pieces, and it was killing the game. You can ask Beyond. It was bad. All right. So that's gonna conclude like the tour of the park. Like I mentioned, to the right is gonna be more of the typical. To the right and maybe towards the back center, it's gonna be more of your typical generic style theme park. To the left, the theme is gonna be country style. Back home country barns and stuff like that kind of theme. So one thing that Beyond had mentioned, I'm still going to keep this in consideration, is actually eventually making this little area here of the park a pavilion area, a restaurant, or a gazebo. He had mentioned that, this would be a good focal point once, you kind of get a guest view, that you've got like this waterfall area. You can see the roller coaster and stuff like that. So I may eventually try to connect the park back into this area. If I do, we're gonna kind of ride the whole creek bed right here. It'll kind of go back this way, kind of go back behind this coaster, stop here, and then maybe cross the. I may put like a walking bridge that goes across the little pond area here, and it goes underneath Lightning Bolt and connects right here. I don't know. That might be a future plan. So we'll see what happens there. So let's get started. I'm not going to be streaming too long today, guys. I've got a few things that popped up that I've got to take care of. So this is kind of going to be a short stream. I wanted to just get out there, and test my whole microphone out. See how this is going. If this is something that everyone likes watching, I'll keep doing it. But like I said, I'm a very shy person. I'm not really a big streamer. But I want to get into the whole world of Twitch and the whole streaming universe, because I enjoy watching Beyond and Tatanka. I watch him a lot. I enjoy watching everybody, So I wanted to kind of get in the mix and join in on the streaming fun, Mist is always that's one person I like talking to as well. You guys are just almost like a family, We've not known each other very long, but I feel like we have known each other for a while, because we're always interacting with each other on each other's streams and stuff like that. So I really, really appreciate all the support, and hopefully this will pick up, and we'll continue doing this, and I'll become that much better, at streaming, and stop all this shyness will come out and stuff like that. That's one reason why I wanted to start the whole theme park report, was I want to be less shy, I want to be more outgoing and stuff like that. All right. So let's I don't know where I want to start. I guess I'll start over here in this little area beside the coaster and the log flume that I kind of took out these little buildings. So let's start there. And while I'm zoomed in, guys, you're going to hear the Chief Beef. So it's playing inside that little food court building right there. So if I have to, I'm probably going to end up taking, we'll leave it on. If it gets too annoying, guys, just let me know in the chat and I'll take it off. But for right now, we'll leave her on there. Alright. So, now that I want to do my own... First off, I just noticed there's a tree growing through the building. So let's move that. That's not good. Let's see if that's in... It's okay. Alright. You know what? I'm actually going to move this tree over here, to be honest. I feel like that'll fit over there better. So you can't hear the desktop audio. So, Beyond, would that be an OBS thing? Because I know I'd sent you a little chat message about... In OBS, I went to my advanced settings, and it had microphone audio, which I turned it up to 200. I don't know if that's too loud. And then the desktop audio was set to 6. So what should that be at? I don't know, what that should be at. And I turned the volume up in the game, which I don't know if you're not hearing that or what's going on. So if you could... Beyond, just in the chat, what level beyond do you think should I turn the desktop audio up to in OBS? Like I said, right now it's at 6. I'm like I said, I'm a new streamer, so I don't know what that should be at. So you let me know what it should be at, and then I'll adjust accordingly. So try 25. Alright. If OBS pops up on the screen, just please stay here. Let's see what's going on with this. So we want to go to settings, advanced audio properties. We'll turn it up to 30. Alright. What about that? Yeah, you're going to see OBS popping up for a moment. So this stream is very, out of whack right now. Sorry about that. I turned it up to 30. So does that sound any better? I've never used the Spotify thing, so I'm going to have to go in there and see how to. I'll talk to you off chat on Discord, and we can talk about how to get the Spotify going and something like that. It may also be. I mean, I'm hearing Chief Beef galore. The park music's down, so let's turn that up to 85. Soundtrack we'll turn that up to 80. Master volume, I'll turn it up to 80. Apply. Let me know if you hear that now. Because I know that I can tell that actually expanded the volume of the game a whole lot. So let me know if you hear that now. So can you hear? Are you hearing the game now, Beyond? I don't know if it's kind of overpowering me talking, or can you still hear me and the game, or can you not hear? That is odd. I don't know why you can't hear the game. It should. That's just odd. I've got all my levels turned up super, super, super loud on the game. And I've got the OBS turned to 25, like you said, or 30 actually. So I don't know what's going on. Let's see. Maybe sound effects, that might be. Turn the sound effects up to 85. Okay. Now if you don't hear that, that's crazy. That's up to 85 on the sound effects. I turned it up to 85. So let's see if you can hear that. We're going to go to custom. I know we've got a Chief Beef. We've got Tiki Chiki. I think there's a hot dog place inside there. Obviously, the people want drinks. So let's add a slush, a gulpy slush. And we'll add some pip shot juice. Beyond, did that help any? Weird. I don't know. I mean, it might be something in OBS that I've got to work with, but on my end, I'm hearing everything. I'm hearing all the audio. I've got the laptop pulled up, so I've got the laptop screen with that. It's got my channel on it. It's showing all the chats and stuff like that. So I haven't listened to the audio on the stream itself. Like I said, I'm listening at it through my headphones, so I don't know what's going on. Let me try that real quick. I'm going to mute the microphone. I'm going to lay the headset down for a minute. I'm going to pull up my laptop and see what's going on. So, 1 second. Alright, guys, we're back. Everything sounds like it's good on my end beyond on the stream. I turned up my Twitch volume and turned up my computer audio on my laptop. I could actually hear myself talk over the game audio, so the game audio is not too loud. And I could actually, like, while I was being quiet, I actually heard the game audio in Twitch. So it seems to me my levels are good. Maybe on your end, do you have the audio on Twitch turned down or something? I don't know what could be going on. But I'm gonna continue this stream. Everything seems good on my end. So I don't know. Alright, so we're going to continue building this. We need paths. This is almost like going to end up being almost like just a watering area. Like a watering building. Not a watering building, but a soda. Almost like a soda shop. Kind of add some extension to it. We'll do it on this side? No. Alright. Everyone's not lined up perfectly, but it'll work. Alright, so let's turn this. There we go. Alright, beyond. Yeah, I was like, I couldn't understand why you weren't hearing it. Yeah, it is low. It's low for sure. We'll mess with that later. It might be in my OBS, like you said. I may need to turn up desktop audio all the way up to 100 or something like that, or we'll mess with it. I'm gonna try to get everything kind of lined up here. Lined up at least a little bit better. That'll work. And it tells me no, it won't. Okay. Let's see. What is obstructed? It might be these paths connected to it. I want the grid because I want to connect these to that. Don't want that there. Alright. So now let's select the building. Let's try to move it now and see if it says it's obstructed still. Looks like it's not obstructive anymore. Perfect. That'll let me get my walls in the back. Alright. So let's select the building. We're gonna edit the building. Alrighty. Let's see what they got going on here. Alright. I don't know what kind of walls we want to use. Let's see. More of a... It's going to be a generic style building. This building uses brick. The one next to it kind of almost reminds me of like an alpine building. It looks like stucco. I want to try... I don't want castle. We definitely don't want gingerbread. I think the classic brick is going to be too... The classic brick is going to be too random. Let's try this lime plaster. I think that's what the one building is. No, that'll work. I like that. We'll go with that. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of going in, working on the walls of this new, I guess we could call it a watering hole, or kind of like a, it's not like a restaurant, it's not like a food court, because in the sense that it's mainly focusing on water and drinks or soda at the moment. Kind of gives it a little area to where the guests can come in and sit down if they want, enjoy their soda. I'll probably move the building around a little bit once I get it set up, just to get it off that path so close right there. Alright, let's add these just for extra support in the inside. Alright. We've already got some visitors. Let's see. Let's work on the outside. Oh, I forgot the door. Dang it. Lime plaster round. Let's work with that for a minute. Let's see what that looks like. That'll work for right now. Can I change the color? I don't know if I want to right now. Yeah, we'll leave it at the kind of off tone for right now. Let's find us some windows. That's totally not gonna fit. Kind of like that window. Let's go with that. Add a little flower box under it. Let's see. We want to add this one right here. I'm not too expert at kind of building these buildings, so bear with me, guys. Like I said, a lot of the stuff I like on the workshop, but I do want to kind of mix my own buildings, as you want to say, in this park when I can. Alright, so let's see if... I don't like that. No. I guess I'll stick with that again. I like this window. I'm very quiet. While I'm building, like I focus a whole lot, so if I get quiet on you guys, sorry about that. I'm I'm just so like it. I don't know. When I'm building, I stay focused and I kind of tone out the whole like outside world and kind of just get into this fantasy world of building my own little theme park because it's one of my dreams to actually build and own my own theme park eventually. So yeah, I kind of get in my own little head whenever I'm kind of building these parks. So sorry about that. If that bothers anybody, just let me know. Alright, we're not going to have a backstage area to this building just because, I mean, I may add like a door over here and that'll kind of be like their access into this kind of block. But I'm not going to add a backstage area because it's kind of wooded and I'm not going to worry about windows back there either. Because they're not really going to see it while you're riding the log flume because the log flume goes up pretty high. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. So let's go in here and add a employee door. Tell you what, we'll add one on that side. Well, we'll leave this side empty. That way guests can actually sit back here if they want to have like privacy while they're drinking gulpy or water or whatever the heck they want to do. Let's see. What do we want on the interior? Let's start off with scenery. And I'm going to add some benches and stuff like that, of course. I think I'm going to put a picnic table or two in here. Put one back there. We'll add one right here as well. Over here too, might as well. Add some benches. Oh gosh, might not add benches in here. We could add one right on this side. The path kind of went over or underneath that too far, so when I place a bench right there, it goes into the wall, so don't like that. We'll add a trash can right there. That kind of helps. We've already got people sitting down. That's cool. We'll add a little trash can. Yeah, I gotta definitely move this off this path because people are just walking right through this building because it's a short path. It's very popular already. That's crazy. Before I get too crazy into this, let's do this. Oh yeah, I got the crap. No, I got that set on angle snap. Oh, I get what I gotta do. I gotta delete my paths right quick before I can actually. So let's move this completely out of the way for right now. Yay, it's in the abyss. Alright. Let's clean this up right quick. Take out some paths. Alright. bring my building back over. I'll clear out these trees as well, of course. Much better. Much, much better. Alright. Let's move our trees. We're not deleting them, we're just moving them. We're gonna save the environment in this park. When we tear stuff down, I kind of just tend to, if something's in the way, if I can use it somewhere else, I just move it. Let's see. This tree can actually just be moved back a little bit. That works. This guy's in the way, so let's move him over. There we go. Alright. Alright, so let's get back into this. Now that I can actually work on my paths. Let's see if the grid will actually work on this. Yes. Awesome. Alright, once I finish this building, guys, sorry to make, like I said, this stream's going to be really short. I had some stuff pop up personally that I've got to go take care of. So, let me finish this little building a little bit more, and then I'm going to end the stream for today. Hopefully everybody enjoyed this stream. Like I said, it's going to be something that I want to continue doing in the future. So hopefully this actually worked out well. I know we had some little kinks that popped up, and that's just stuff, all kind of stuff that I kind of got to work out myself. Being a new streamer, I've only streamed twice. This is actually my second time streaming on Twitch. So hopefully this wasn't a complete bust. I know we had bumpy roads and stuff like that. So thanks, Beyond. Like I said, I'm going to kind of work on this off stream a little bit probably tonight. Continue that on. And then once we stream again next time, maybe there'll be a little bit more to the park that we can kind of show off. I want to shoot for possibly streaming on Sundays. Around the same time on Sundays. Just because I kind of got, like, nobody's in the apartment. I can actually focus on everything and kind of just do my Planet Coaster thing. So, hopefully you guys like this. I'm going to hop off here. I've got to go take care of some things. I will catch you Beyond on your stream, hopefully later today. I don't know if you're streaming. If you are, I'll try to hop on. If not, brother, I will catch you next week. I don't think anybody else was actually watching besides me. I know I'm one of the viewers, and then Beyond, I think you're the other viewer right now. So maybe this will get kind of some views later on throughout the day and the week. But I'll give a shout out to Mist. Sorry you didn't get to make this stream. Maybe you can watch it a little bit later. Hopefully everybody enjoyed Timber Falls so far. It's a very fast-growing park. I will say that. It's not going to be a huge park. This is about the size that it's going to stay. We're going to add, like I said, we're going to add some more stuff up in this little area behind the barnstormer and the around the creek area. But other than that, that's it. This is going to be a small park. I don't like building huge, like Disney World style, humongous theme parks. It's just too much for me to manage. And it would take me forever to actually decorate a huge park. In the beginning, this park here was not even going to be this big. It was actually going to not have, the log flume, the blue roller coaster. It was not going to have all that. I was going to cut it off way short. But once you get into this, you get addicted and you just start going and going and going and going. So, alright guys. Till next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed this stream. We will catch you later.